How's that 8-ball laying? Does it go in the side? He's had a look. So it's all about the 7 to the 8. If it does go in the side, no real problem. If it doesn't, he'll want to be just off straight on the 8-ball so he can bounce off the side rail for the 9. Oh, he's a little bit short of pace on this one. So now this has made the positional side of this shot totally different. Is he going to drag it in with lots of left-hand spin? It's difficult. There you see him aiming 8 o'clock on the clock face. And it's, wow, it almost caused him to miss it. It struggled in. This 8-ball is the kind of shot where you had to be more or less right in straight behind it to drop it in. Would it just be the safety? Even that's not easy. Could send the 8-ball twice across. Oh, he's just going to lay on it. Seven other matches all available on the MPBA website, on the YouTube channel. James Aranis in action, I can just see out to my left. Young 15-year-old Laksh from India is in action against one of the local Maldivians, Radislav Babica, who lost earlier on the TV table against Ko Ping Chung. So Shaw also in action as well, the colourful character. Roman Hebla, the Czech attack, is also in action against Shivam Arora, the Indian national 10-ball champion. They're in their first rack also. So both have had their chances in this particular opening rack. It's going to be Julian Serradilla who's going to take it. Very good friends with Nukioi. Although he's from Switzerland, he lives full-time in Japan, speaks fluent Japanese. I wonder, does he speak fluent Jokerese as well? Because Nukioi is the Japanese Joker. Nukioi had a good win earlier on today. So first blood, so to speak, to Julian Serradilla. break there from Albert. Made a ball, does have a look at the one. See Radislav Babica just walking away from his table. I don't think his opponent has showed up. I think he's got a walkover. The rule is after 5 minutes of being late, the player loses a rack who isn't at the table, and then after 10 minutes it's loss of match. And by the looks of it, Radislav has got a walkover, so he won't mind that. Radislav, you get walkover? Okay, congratulations. Yeah, just confirmed. Radislav got a walkover there. He won't mind that. He had a tough match earlier on against Ko Ping Chung. Not always a good thing though. He would have liked the practice, I think, but I'm sure he'll take the win. Going on just below me, Shivam Arora against Roman Hebler. They're still on their first rack, and they're still on the 2-ball. So there's been a lot of safety going on in that match. Shivam has just taken the 2-ball, and he's nicely on the 3. Back to this one. Played that very, very nicely. Concentrated mainly on getting the 2-ball safe. Always knew the cue ball was heading over towards the 9. He might just be able to clip this off the rail. He'll call the corner probably. I'm just wondering, could he get really tight into that 3 and flick the 2-ball with some right hand spin. Looking at coming the other way now. Looks very tight. Yeah, I must say I prefer this way, but he doesn't like it. He's the one down there playing it. He has decided to come across the other way. Called the bottom right hand corner as we look. That's a really good hit. James Zaranis from the Philippines giving the balls a real big smack there. You probably heard it. He's taken a 3-0 lead over Maldives #1. Now I think that's the guy whose motorbike I had a go on yesterday. He's got a lovely Suzuki 125 and it's got Predator cats all over it, and he let me have a little ride of it, and I got in trouble from all my friends and my mum back home because I didn't wear a crash helmet. Come on, there's no better feeling, the wind in your hair. He's not going to like this. Oh, it's a little bit thin. Can he hold it using the 8 ball? It's risky, I know. Ismail has taken the first rack against Laksh from India, a local man from the Maldives. Off to a good start. Is there a path through to the 2 ball? Make it into the side. Cue ball coming back towards the 3 for Albert. Yeah, it was a 2-way, wasn't it? No real danger. Could play safe in the knowledge that he wasn't going to be leaving anything. And if he did make it, he was nicely on the 3. So a good 2-way there. Just get the feeling every ball is going to be fought for in this particular match. Now is he looking at going 2 rails here and clipping it into the side? Just before the side pocket on the left with some right hand spin. Call the side pocket. Come on, Julian, live a little. Can't really see where he's going to go with it if he goes that way. Must be a little bit tempted to go 2 rails and clip it into the side, surely. What would Efren do? Where is the call? Well, I've just noticed Aloysius Yap in the crowd watching his friend. Albert from Indonesia, Aloysius from Singapore, of course, but Aloysius's girlfriend lives in in Indonesia. Silviana Lu, a very, very good player in her own right, plays on the women's tour. Very nicely played. And for the second time in a row, Julian in a bit of trouble here. He's going 2 rails at this. Trying to get a full hit. He's called the top left just as an insurance policy kind of thing. Got no real... Well, he did clip it. He did clip it. Oh, is the 8 ball going to drop? It has. Well, he'll be getting this one back, I think. He's hanging around, waiting for the news. Does he want him to play again? Well, there is the finest of edges available here. Yeah, he's giving it back. So that is one of the options when you make a ball into the wrong pocket. Make a ball that you don't call. When your opponent comes back to the table and doesn't like the situation, he can give it back to you. So it's not a foul, not ball in hand, it's play from where you are. So Albert very wisely giving this one back. Mohammed Sufi just walking past the booth as well. All the big stars are here. World 9-ball finalist back in 2021, was it? Maybe 2022. Milton Keynes, Albin Ocean took the title then. I was there. Yeah, he was in a lot of trouble there. And to be honest, that's not a bad outcome. Possibility of the cross-side bank on, but he won't be taking that on because there's no chance of getting to the 3. He's going to bank it into the top left as we look. Kind of a two-way again. Played it very, very nicely indeed. Seems to be a very clean striker of the ball, Albert. Likes to stick them in. Doesn't like rolling them, does he? It's turning into quite a long rack though, looking around the arena. A lot of tables are played 3 or 4 racks even. James Aranis 3-1 up against the Maldivian number 1. The Maldivian breaking off with a beautiful gold BK rush. Yet another let off though for Serradilla. He comes back to the table. Actually did some commentary with Julian in China back in April at the Joy event. Joined me in the booth for a couple of matches. Might even get him in for a match here later in the week, who knows. Let's see if he's up for it. Tried a very difficult shot there, trying to bank it and hold the cue ball as well. Reminds me in a way of Alois Shishap, this guy playing, just his style of play. Very clean striker. hasn't played that one too well. Right in no man's land. Can cut it into the bottom left-hand corner. Big shot, ties it up then, 1-1. You do get the feeling every single ball is going to be fought for. Every single rack, nothing's going to come easy. I'll be back with rack number 3 very soon, guys. Very warm welcome back. Julian breaking off. All square 1-1. Oh, a nice little kiss off the cue ball there. Made the 3 in the side. Now then, as the pocket opened up past the 9, I don't think it has, but could play the combo on the 9. He's looking to see if it does slide past. I don't think it does. How are you enjoying it so far, guys? Five matches for you, certainly for the first 3 days. Double elimination. Well, I just saw John Mora walk past. I told you I was going to try and grab him next time I saw him, and I have managed to grab him. How are you, John?
I'm very good. How about yourself, Mark? Yeah, you saw me walking and you nicked me real quick.
Well, I tried.
As they say in your homeland.
I always love talking to you because you love the English language. I know you love all the little sayings, don't you, that we have. What are you looking at over there? What's going on over there?
I think they said, I don't know. I think they said that can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay. I thought they were looking at me over there.
No,
because they could hear me on the mic.
Don't listen to them.
Okay.
You do your thing. You do your thing.
I'm gonna do my thing.
How are you enjoying the Maldives, firstly, John?
Loving the Maldives. Great people. They're taking care of us. Good food. Good weather.
Been here before?
Last year I was here.
Oh,
for
okay.
the
How did you do last year?
Maldives Open. I think I've got to the final 16.
Okay. Looking to go a few better this year, obviously. How's your game?
Game is it's been a struggle. I'm playing well, just a little bit inconsistent, but I'm looking to capitalize this weekend, you know.
How are you enjoying, John, all the events now? There's so many events. There's like one every week, it seems, if you want. Is that good for your game? Was just like the travelling take away from that, or is it really good to keep that match practice going?
The traveling definitely takes away. Overall, it's good because it keeps us competing and keeps the arm loose and just keeps us on top of our game, you know. Before, we didn't get to go to these many events, so you know, you go back home and you get kind of stale for a week or two, and you get a little bit demotivated waiting for the next event, and then all that pressure's on that next event. Whereas at least now we have a lot of options, and if we don't do one event, we always know that there's another one the following week, you know.
I've just remembered something back from Vegas a couple of years ago. I still owe you a Starbucks cup of coffee, don't I?
Yeah, well,
Do you remember
the
that?
coffee's quite good here, so you can pay up whenever you're ready. I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. You're an honorable man.
I didn't think you was going to let me forget about it. It's the first time that
It's
I've
just
seen
a
you.
coffee, mate.
I've seen you at coffee, mate.
It's just a coffee.
No, I'll have mine black, please.
Yeah.
No coffee, mate.
Right.
So are you earning a few quid, as we say then?
I'm nicking a few quid.
You're nicking a few quid,
here and there. Yeah. as I plod along.
So when's your first game, John?
First game is tomorrow at noon.
Okay, who are you
with
playing?
Hisham Majid. He's actually one of the nicest guys here, big teddy bear. They call him Bro. That's his nickname. So, yeah, we're going to have some fun tomorrow, and hopefully I can come out with the victory.
Have you been hitting the practice tables?
Quite a bit. I got here a little bit earlier than most, so I was on the practice table for a couple days, and I hit so many balls I kind of strained my neck a little bit. You know, I have a neck issue. That's why I swapped from right to left-handed. So when I break right-handed, it still hurts my right side, you know.
What? That's a good. I've got a good question actually. You've probably got the answer for it. Why do you still break right-handed?
Because I don't have the power in my left hand to break, especially a 10 ball where you need a forceful break, quite a forceful break. I definitely need to still use my right hand because that's where I can generate all that power. And I just don't have the power or the coordination to break with my left hand. You need a lot more timing and power and coordination to hit a good 10 ball break head on.
I was telling
even the 9 ball break as well.
I was telling viewers a little bit earlier on about your very famous dad, who I remember back from the 80s in his snooker days. Quarter finalist, I think, back in the 80s, I said. Is that right, in the Worlds?
No, he made the Crucible one year and lost first round to Cliff Thorburn, and he missed the qualification the following year by one frame.
Oh.
But yeah, he didn't win a match in the World Snooker, but he definitely made it to the Crucible and got to compete.
How is the old chap?
He's good.
He's
I
good?
was just trying to ring him, but he didn't answer. So I don't know what I did, but I'll try again later, I guess.
John, thanks so much for joining
me. You're welcome.
Good
My
luck
pleasure.
tomorrow.
Thank you.
I'll get you back for another word maybe after your match. If
Roger
you win.
that. Take care.
Roger and out.
See ya.
Over. John Mora, always the gentleman. Thank you so much, John. I'll get you that coffee later on. I can get it free up there. Okay, guys, back to this match then. 2-1. Julian leads, but it is Albert to break off. Rack number 4, trailing 2-1. John Mora has left the building. So a pretty square break, made the 8 in the side. Well, he has got a look at this one, it will cut. If he misses the 3, he's got to be careful with the side pocket. He's found the side pocket, but he also hit the 3. All irrelevant anyway, he's missed the 1 ball. So our referee will give the cue ball back to Julian a chance then. Ball in hand. And everything in the open here, nothing tied up. It's all about how do you want to go about it. James Aranis is now 4-2 up. Roman Hebler from Czech Republic is level 2-2 with Shivam Arora. From India, another Indian, Laksh, is 2-1 down to Ishmael. Local lad from the Maldives, really nice lad as well. Took me to breakfast yesterday. Maldives really are well known for their hospitality. Very gentle nation. Always smiling as well. I haven't seen a grumpy one. Food, oh, it's out of this world. So Julian working his way through this rack, just this 10 ball for a 3-1 lead, a third of the way over in this race to 8. Oh, he's missed the 10, can you believe it? Maybe just a bit of deceleration on it. May have been just a complete misjudgment though. Maybe a little bit tensing of the arm. He's gone for the bank. It's there, is it? It is. Well, he's thrown that one away really, Julian Serradilla. I can just get a sense of tension all around this arena now. Lots of players on the verge of being knocked out. So finally poised 2-2. Julian Serradilla breaking off. Wow, balls dropping in everywhere that time. 3 balls off the break. Timed that really nice. Nice smooth stroke. And a nice look at this one ball also. Stun off the side route, back over to the centre. This is a very good chance. Can just sneak in between the 10 and the 3. Play the 3 into the same pocket, the 2's going in. Yep, couldn't have played it any better. Can now just stun off the side rail, leave himself a decent angle on the 4 to come back down for the 6. Nice opportunity for a break and run here. So short, 4-1 up. They're on the player interval right now. Total prize fund $130,000. Players paid an entry fee of $300. Oh, this has finished a bit short, and for the second rack in a row, just a slightly tricky 10 could trip him up. This time, no mistake, cuts it in. He's back in the lead at 3-2. Roman Hebler also 3-2 ahead over Shivam Aurora. Kevin from Iran has taken a 5-0 lead also. Jonas Megpantai is about to go 5-3 up also, I think. If you want to check out any of those other games, have a search around YouTube on the Maldives Pool-Billiard Association YouTube page, guys, on the channel there. You can watch any of them, flick around. Even you might have a couple of 3 devices at your hand. You can watch 2 or 3 at once if you want. Just not quite on this. He's got enough of it to play the cross corner bank if he fancies it. Well, just the safety, but he's fallen short. Now can he just push the 3 onto the rail and get him tight behind the 8, or does he go for distance, flick off the right hand side of the 3? Personal preference. want to say hi to my friend in Norway, in Oslo, Ida. Hi, Ida. Hope you're doing well. Recently had a birthday, or was it your son? I think it might have been your son, actually. I keep meaning to get over to Oslo. I haven't been there for a few years. Some great pool rooms over there, pool salons, I think they call them in Norway. Oh, that's a good shot, and he called it as well. And I think he has just the right angle from this 4-ball to get up for the 5 in the side. Yeah, that's a good angle. Now, maybe just a little bit stabby on that. Wasn't really smooth, was it? So this is a chance. Now, if he has got a slight angle on this, he could even just stun over for the 5 into the right-hand side middle pocket. Can't quite see the angle he's got. Maybe he can just kind of stop the cue ball there for the 5 in the side. Oh, he did have that angle. That's okay. Red background with the white cross. Everyone knows the Swiss flag. Of course, the Singapore flag on the left, red and white also. Now I've got a little kind of geography question for you. There's only one flag in the world that doesn't have the colours red, white or blue in it. There's only one country, one flag that doesn't have any of those red, white or blue colours. Which one is it? I wonder if you know. I'll give you a clue. There was a brilliant movie made about their bobsleigh team. That's a huge clue. A country's flag with no red, white or blue in it. So not for the first time, not ideally on the 10, but you'd expect him to make this. He made a much more difficult one in the last rack. So this to open up a 2-rack lead, and he does. It's 4-2 to Julian Serradilla. He's in control. And Albert has called a player timeout. So we're going to take a little break, guys. You can have a little nip around the room and see what other matches you like the look of. We'll be back here on the TV table very, very soon. See you soon, guys. Welcome back, guys. We're here in the Maldives Pool-Billiard Association pool room in Male. Magnificent Maldives. Watching a one-loss side match between Januarta from Indonesia up against Julian Serradilla from Switzerland, although he does reside in Japan. And I've just spotted Nukioi and Hijikata in the crowd, just to the right of where Julian sits. Nukioi went through earlier on today in the first matches this morning. Oh, it's a scratch. That look on the face as you turn away in disappointment. Seemed a little bit of a strange way to go. There they are, Nukioi. Wants this to slow up. Yeah, he's overran it slightly. He's going to have to go back and forth here. There's a guy stood next to me, a cameraman. He's got a lens. Oh, it's one of the biggest, thickest, biggest lenses I've ever seen. He could probably stand in Sri Lanka and still get a decent shot of the players. I've never seen a zoom lens like it. Now, big shot here. 7 down into this bottom right hand corner, low left on the cue ball. Try it and do a little bit of damage to the 8 and the 9 at the same time. I think he may have been going for the 8-9 billiard maybe, or does the 8 pass? Surely not. The way he played it. Oh, this isn't easy though. May be able to rail first. It's pretty deep though, isn't it, into that pocket? Yeah, just rail first. So does the 8 actually pass? I will be really amazed if it does. Well, how deceiving are camera angles sometimes. If I owned a house, I would have bet it on not going past that 9 ball. That could have, well, it could be the reason I don't have a house. Can he get nicely on the 10 this time? He's had a few dodgy little 10s. This is a lot easier. Probably the easiest one he's had so far. This then to take a 3-rack lead at 5-2, and he will be just 3 from the 8 he requires to go through to the next round. Nicely done. Yeah, very dejected. The body language from Albert says it all. Always nice to see though. Struggled out of his chair, but he did to help get the balls out, and I always think that's a nice gesture on behalf of the players. They don't have to do it. We do have another round coming for you, don't forget. 8 o'clock local time. Just 25 minutes away. So it might be running just a little bit late, but it just means that you'll have, well, continuous pool. It's been continuous really, hasn't it, since we started at noon today. James Aranis has gone through 8-2. It was nice to have John Moore alongside me just for a little chat earlier on. We're going to be grabbing different players as the week goes on. I'm giving most of them a pass today, but I am going to start grabbing them to come in and commentate a match with me. Four now, Roman Hebler against Shivam Arora. Jonas Magpangtai from the Philippines is on the hill also. Really is a talented player. Patrick Gonzalez also here from the Philippines. Chua Aranis, who's just gone through, as I said. Carlo Biardo, who went through earlier on today as well with an 8-1 win over Shivam Arora. Jeffrey Ignacio, Bernie Regulario. I did hear AJ Manis was here also, but I've not seen him yet. Another great prospect. They just keep churning them out, don't they? Of course, Efren Reyes, a big influence over there. Another thing that I've always thought, having visited the Philippines, you're walking along the street and most of the pool rooms there are kind of open out. So from a very young age, you don't actually have to walk into a place. They're just there and you walk and you hear the sound of the balls and you can just stand there and watch, and you can get intrigued very, very easy in the Philippines. We tend to grow up in Europe, especially playing football in the street. Well, here you're walking down the street in, in the Philippines, in Manila and Angeles City, and it's basically pool on the street. So players start from a very, very young age. I remember I wasn't allowed in a pool room or a snooker room until I was 16, really. They let me in at 14 because I showed some promise. I soon proved them to be wrong, though. Ended up being an apprentice footballer for Southend United. There you go. There's something you didn't know about me. Back to the real pros then. Nice chance here for Julian. Can just stun out slightly. Doesn't want to move the cue ball too far here. Would want a decent angle on this 9. To stun off the side rail back down for the 10. So kind of just smooth this in, nice and smooth. Doesn't have to force the cue ball, it's just going to go out anyway. Wow. What has he done there? That's unbelievable. I'd like to see that again. I thought I might have detected him just getting up off the shot slightly. Just looked like he didn't finish the shot to me. Oh, what a let-off that was for Albert. And what a change, isn't it? What a change in scoreline. 6-2 it looked like being. All of a sudden it's 5-3. This time it's Julian that has to force himself out of his chair. The body language is completely changed between the two players. It's such a bizarre game, isn't it, this pool? 1 minute, one rack, you're on top of the world. The next, it's like your world has come to an end. One player I haven't mentioned too much, Fedor Gorst. He's in town, arrived late last night, and they laid on a special welcoming ceremony for him for the world champion, the newly crowned world champion, double world champion now. 2019, 2024. I remember when he won it in 2019, he had a trip to Thailand booked, and he actually brought the trophy with him to Thailand, and he went scuba diving with a friend of mine that runs a local scuba diving school in Phuket. And there's a wonderful picture of Fedor Gorst with the trophy on the seabed in Phuket. So we're just having a little break here, guys. It's call to prayer, honouring the Muslim tradition. We'll be back very soon.
Okay, referee, you may begin.
We're back, guys, after a very little short break. Special hi to Anna Zurikova. Young trick shot artist. Give her a look up on YouTube as well. Annie's Trick Shots. Follow her on Facebook. Kevin from Iran has gone through 8 racks to 2. Alexa Pachel to my right, waiting. He has to play again today. Lost his first one this morning, then won his second. He's going to have to play again at 7 p.m. soon as you go to that one loss side, you have so much more pool to play. Jonas McPentai about to go through. He's on the 10 ball for an 8-5 victory. And he is through. Big battle just in front of me. Roman Hebler from Czech Republic, 5-4 up against Shivam Arora. Good solid pot. This is okay. Stun behind the 10. 10 into the same pocket as the 9. To pull another one back to trail by just one. Five, 4 it is. Crashes in the 10. We've got a match on, guys. There's no Kioi, look, just in the background, right of your screens. Can you see him? Maybe not. Certainly not now. Referee placing the magic ball rack. That's the rack we're using for this particular tournament. One at the head, of course. Every other ball is racked randomly. Well, having said that, I don't know whether that is just random or he's decided to rack the 2 and 3 on the corners. Yeah, keep my eye on that. I know some countries, they do in Thailand, they still rack the 2 and the 3 on the back corners. So watch for either one. Well, look, there's some talent right there. There's Rizki on the left. On the right, Aloysius Yap. I don't think he has a nickname yet, Aloysius. We need a nickname for Aloysius Yap. I think that was Alvin next to Aloysius. Some players you feel sorry for with their the amount of ways that their name's been pronounced. I know Aloysius, me and him had a laugh about it. I try to get the pronunciation right. I like to ask the players the exact way to say it. Sometimes even get them to record it so I can practice it to learn it. But he's been called Aloysius. Aloysius. It's actually Aloysius. Unless he was winding me up, of course. Conrad Musician, he was in action earlier on. He had a good win. Wojtek Shevchik as well. He won his first one. And I'm yet to see Mieszko Fortuński, the butcher. I haven't seen him just yet. I haven't seen him at all. And Viktor Zelensky, well, funny little story there. He was the only Polish player here last year. This year he's the only one not here. Decided for personal reasons to leave his federation. So Short is through. 8-2 winner. Roman Hebler still battling it out just in front of me. 5-4 up and at the table on the 8 ball. That's the last chance saloon match also. The loser will be out. Shivam lost earlier on to Dennis Grabe from Estonia. Wants a friendly bump. They don't get much friendlier than that. The only thing is, I think he may have tied the 6 and the 10 up. He can draw past this 4 ball. Sorry, past the 5 ball, off the 4 ball. If he gets tight on that rail, he might leave himself the angle, and he has. Now he's got the angle on this 5 ball to just chip the 6 away. Oh, he's looking to play the bank shot, is he, on the 6? Yeah, decides he's going to play the bank shot. That's right where he pointed, so just a little draw shot. Bank the 6 into the left-hand side pocket. Leave himself nice and straight on the 7. Just needs to convince himself first. Maybe he's not going for it. Is he playing safe up behind the 7? Oh, it's risky. He changed his mind again. He's going low on the cue ball. Still not sure though. He's changing his mind again. ex-girlfriend before a night out. Keep changing her dress. I'll wear the red one. No, I won't. I'll wear the white one. How do I look in it? You look great, darling. No, I don't think I do. I'll go and change it. I'm now single, by the way. Well, I think this might just shave into the side. There's also the cross side bank on. Decisions. Yeah, he's called the cross side bank. I think that is the shot. Might play it with a bit of pace as well. Wants this to run past the 8 if possible. Oh, he doesn't want to be over the top of it. Oh, anywhere but there. Isn't it this an incredible game? You think you've got yourself out of trouble, and all of a sudden you put yourself in a whole lot more trouble. Julian hooked himself over the top of it. I thought he was going to get really close to the 8 ball there with the cue ball as well. But he's okay. How much he can do with the cue ball from this though. Oh. He's got a lot of angle on this, so it's very, very easy to just cue ball, top rail, side rail, and play this with some right hand spin. Hit the top rail and the side rail. Roman Hebler is now on the hill, 7-4 against Shivam Arora. Just 2 games apart from the one we're watching here, guys, going on still. All the others are over, and he makes the 10 ball, slid it in off of the jaw. We're all level, 5-5. We now have ourselves a race to 3. Lax from India has taken his time out. He now leads Ismail from the Maldives by 3 racks to 2. Shivam Arora breaking off 7-4 down in front of me. That game is available on YouTube as well, as they all are, if you want to have a quick look at that one, guys. Try break though from Shivam, and he's left the 1 ball, but it's a difficult table. The 6 and the 8 are tied up. Julian steps up once again to break. We're all square, 5-5. do have one more game after this to bring you, and then we're back tomorrow from 12 noon. More big guns. We'll be hoping to fire on all cylinders. Was purely coincidence, the 2 and the 3 on the corners at the back for the last rack. Completely different this time. Just had a quick check. Roman Hebler now on the 4 ball. On the hill, remember. Really is a fierce competitor. I've just noticed he did switch the carbon fibre and he's now gone back to the wood shaft. See a lot of players trying the carbon for a while, then they go back to wood. Some go back to carbon again. Josh Filler, of course, is very famous for switching. Eklund Kachi recently tried carbon fibre also. As if that man hasn't got enough power as it is. Still rate Eklund Kachi very, very high. Even after his injury. Such a great, great talent and still so young. And his younger brother Cledio. Very good player also. I think it was Torsten Holman that I was speaking to the other day about him. He was saying what a great player Cledio's going to be also. Just remember, I think he's about 16 years old, isn't he, at the moment? 16 or 17. We're going airborne, meanwhile, with Air Indonesia. It was a decent takeoff, but a bit of a dodgy landing. I think this 3 ball is on. Can just hold the cue ball, just draw back slightly for the 4. Options, can just draw back slightly or can go around. Just drawing back, I think, could just steal a little bit of angle, straighten it up slightly. No, he did come round the rails. Had enough angle to do so. Roman Hebler is on the 10 ball, almost straight in for an 8-4 win. Shivam Arora will be out, and he is out. A convincing victory then for the Czech attack. He goes through. Shivam, well, there's worse places, isn't there, in the world to be knocked out of a pool tournament. He has his wife here with him. I'm sure they'll be going to the beach, maybe visit one of the islands. left himself just a little bit to do here. Yeah, played it really well. Nice shot. Absolutely perfect on this 10 ball. And any little lead you can get at this stage, oh, it's invaluable, isn't it? You'll be looking to get on the hill in the next rack. Looking to keep Julian off the hill. Albert to break off. Thumping break once again. 3 in the side. Look at the 1 ball hanging over the corner. Hit them pretty good. Look at the cue ball. 1 ball heading towards that corner. 2 ball also in the opposite corner. Just the 4 ball has gone awkward. Now he does have a nice angle on this 2. Swing the cue ball round 2 rails. Just the safety then in behind the 5 ball. Keep the pressure on. Just a recap on how the players were chosen for this. The top 32 WPA ranked players. 2 from Africa, 13 from Asia, plus 13 from Europe. North America 6, South America 2. Oceania have sent 4 players. The host country, of course, gets 16 entries. WPA had 4 wild cards, and the organisers had their 4 wild cards as well. There were a few people that couldn't make it last minute, but we ended up with 80 out of a possible 96. Double elimination down to the last 32, and then Well, it's really the nitty-gritty then. Last 32, single knockout. But of course you are in the money. Well, he's hit it, but he's not going to hit a rail. Wanted to hit it first time across, misjudged it, maybe caught a little bit of English that he didn't want. Ball in hand. We could be 6-6 very, very soon. I'll let you know who we have on this table just as soon as I know, guys. Still a way to go though, haven't we? We've had 11 racks out of a possible 15. We're still no nearer really to knowing who's going home and who's going on. Just draw. Just a couple of inches. Run through. Slightly short side for the 10. And the 12th rack. He's going to Indonesian Albert Januarta. It's a tough slog, this one. I did say earlier on, every ball is going to be fought for. A round of applause was for Ismail. The local favourite has just taken a 5-3 lead over Laksh from India. Laksh just 15 years old. He's coached by a friend of mine, Pranit Ramanchandi. He's a great snooker and pool coach in Bangalore. I was lucky enough to visit him and stay in his house in Bangalore for about 10 days. I think I was there just after the Indian Nationals last year. Had a great time in Bangalore, and he really has got a nice training facility there. There's a full-size snooker table, and he also has a Chinese 8-ball table which he's just been put in. And Laksh also has his own table at home, which is where Pranit goes to teach him. So who knows, could be a star of the future. Back to this one, the present stars. Julian Serradilla breaking off, looking to get on the hill. It's dry. Not a good time for a dry break. Albert also looking to get on the hill. On the hill comes from the military term of when soldiers used to want to get on the higher ground so that they could have a better view of the enemy. So it was always an advantage to get up on the hill first. do love origins of words and sayings. I think I'm going to dig out my file on them for tomorrow and bring you some nice origins of words. I've got some beautiful ones about pool as well. I've got some nice pool facts that I'll be delving into over the next few days. Try and keep you guys entertained. I'm also going to be joined by different players in the booth. You may have been with us earlier when we had a little word from... Oh, what's he done with a cue ball here? He can't believe it. I can't believe it. Wow. Julian won't believe his luck. I was just about to say, John Mora popped in for a little chat earlier on. Mr. Smooth. Going to get Alex Kazakis in, the new dad. He's going to be joining me to call the shots on a match sometime this week. I've just made eye contact with Aloysius Yap as well. I'm going to try and get him in. His English is absolutely perfect, Aloysius Yap. I wonder would Nukioi come in very, very quickly and have a little chat. He's always good fun. You kind of need a camera for him though as well. He's very animated, isn't he? The Japanese Joker. I remember interviewing him in Las Vegas once. I never understood a word he said. He never understood a word I said. He just jumped around, laughed a bit and said goodbye, and that was it. Interview over. But people love it. People love Nukioi. He makes me laugh just looking at him. What a character. Took a little bit of a risk there, bumping that 7. Didn't have to bump it, but probably thought, why not? It wasn't going to go wrong, and it didn't. He's okay. Nice angle on this 8. Anywhere kind of centre table is okay for this. Doesn't have to get close to the 9. Could have played that better. Seemed to catch it just a little bit thick, that 9 ball. So took a lot of the pace out of it. Still expecting to make it, but it is missable. We saw him miss one earlier like this. Wow, very, very nearly missed that one as well. But it is the Swiss that manages to get on the hill first. Something we often associate with people from Switzerland, and Switzerland in general, of course, is the Swiss Army knife. The little gadget which has, well, you could build a house with it, I think. The Swiss Army knife. And he does have the advantage of being on the hill. That 10 ball really did wobble. So come on, let's make it hill-hill. Why not? We've come this far. Let's have a break and run from Albert. 3 balls going to drop. 7 balls going to drop as well by the looks of it. And he does have a good look at the 1 ball. But just look at the 5, 6, 10. It's all about this 1 ball. Ismail from the Maldives has taken a 6-3 lead now over Laksh from India, the young 15-year-old. Just counted 16 air conditioning units in this room. It's a big room, normally houses 12 tables in the day-to-day running of the pool room, but it is purpose built as like an academy for the federation. We have 9 tables in here at the moment. Almost 2 air conditioners per table. I'm actually glad I bought a jacket with me. I didn't think I'd need one, certainly don't outside. But I might have to put it on for the next match. Just a very thin safety. Tried to nudge the 6 out from the 10 on the previous shot, just didn't quite manage to do it. Okay, he's not left anything easy, but you don't want your opponent coming back to the table if you can help it. You never know what might happen. Now he could play a 6 into the 10, cue ball in between the rail and the 9. Cue ball up behind the 8 ball. That's a possibility. I actually don't mind that. Thing about not having a shot clock, I don't mind it too much. I mean, I think Pool is much better with a shot clock, but I just think it doesn't do the players any favours. Kind of has them second guessing themselves, although having said that, he's played a pretty good shot there, although it's only containing. Play really thin off the 6 here, just move it along the rail slightly, cue ball back across, hook in behind the 9. It's kind of a go-to shot these days. Oh, he's played it the other way. you see, playing it like that, always the chance of leaving your opponent a shot. Whereas if he'd have just really thinned it, he wouldn't have been leaving a shot. But at this stage of the match, of course, it's a very touchy shot to play. Decisions. Could play safe, could send the 6 down by the 10, cue ball across behind the 8. Could be going for it though. He's going for it. Didn't really get close to it. But he's kind of got away from with it. There's no real value in taking this on. Play the 6 over by the 8. Cue ball twice across. Just make sure you hit the 8 with the 6. Of course, the nerves will be jangling right now. Same problem for Julian. Okay, it does cut. Have to take the cue ball back down and up again. He did go for it, caught it very, very thick. Now this is a real chance to go hill. Just draw back off this slightly. Make sure you just get away from the route and leave yourself a decent angle on this 6 ball. Nicely done. Now I can just stroke this in. Cue ball naturally going towards the 9. Looks like I'm going to get my wish of a hill. Now I can just stun across for the 10 into the same pocket as the 9. Round of applause was for Lax. He's just won a rack back. It's now 6-4. Ishmael leads. And here, well, it's gone all the way. And it threatened to do that from the start, really, didn't it? Julian did get ahead at one stage, but couldn't really pull away. So we're going to go all the way to the 15th rack. I'm going to have a sip of water, guys. I've always wanted to know how many words I speak during a day of commentating. If any of you want to count, you can go back and re-listen and count them up as you go along. If there's a task for you, I dare one of you to do that. You poor things. Alison Chang just walking past as well, a very famous photographer in the pool world. Lovely lady, loves her pool, loves her photography. Here we go then. Julian Serradilla breaking off. Heel. Big rack. Well, he's left the one ball on. Five ball almost going. And then he's wondering, is he going to have a look at this one? He certainly is, but what he can do with it, oh, it's okay actually, isn't it? Look where the two is. More problems though. 3-5 combo. Or the bank on the 3. Might just leave himself the bank, which he has. I'm surprised he's left this angle. To be honest, there's not too much he can do. Oh, he's played it well. Played a lot of pace. Got the kiss, nice kiss off of the 5 ball. Played it very nicely. Lots of players now gathering around, waiting to play their matches. The next round will start almost immediately after this round. Just one match going on the outside table. The young Indian, 15-year-old Lax, is on the 8 ball. 3 balls remaining, looking to make it 6-5. He will still be trailing. He either needs some longer trousers or longer socks, doesn't he? Oh, this is a nice shot. Well played. Very nicely done. You kind of saw him take a sharp intake of breath there, as if to say, come on, this is a really good chance now. And it really is. What a chance to win it. Was 6-3 down at one stage. Lax has made the 10 ball. He now trails Ismail by 6 racks to 5. This is okay. I think on the other table, Lax is just asking for a timeout. I think they've had it already, though. Yeah, I think if you take the timeout at the same time as your opponent does, then you've used your timeout as well. I think they've agreed he's just going to nip out for a quick minute. Well, he's running. He's young enough. He's only 15. I need a motorbike these days to move as quick as he does. what a great performance this is. He's shown a lot of heart here. Oh, this is a great shot. Absolutely perfect on this 10 ball. So this to knock out Julian Serradilla. He had his chances. He never took them. But this young man, he has, and in it goes. And a big round of applause from his Indonesian friends in the audience. He moves on to the next round. He'll be back tomorrow to fight another day. Well, Julian Serradilla, unfortunately, it's the end of the road for his Maldives Open of 2024. We're going to take a quick break, guys. We're going to have a quick clean of the table, get some clean balls, and then we're going to get a couple of new players on. I'm not sure who they're going to be just yet, but we'll let you know very, very shortly. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Mark White. I'll see you soon. Ta-da.